The San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. Now, it's an area you may not have heard of. It doesn't get a whole lot of highlight in the movie industry and the entertainment industry, although a lot of your movies and TV shows are actually filmed in the San Fernando Valley. People just don't know much about it when they think about Los Angeles or moving to Los Angeles. So in this video, we're going to go over some 5 surprising facts about the San Fernando Valley. Now, I have a lot more information about this region of Los Angeles, so you can check out my channel for videos about the San Fernando Valley. But in this video, we're going to focus on 5 facts that you may not be aware of when considering this region of Los Angeles. Now, when people think about the San Fernando Valley, especially locals in Los Angeles, they think it's this kind of sleepy town, suburban area, and they're not quite wrong, but there are a lot of great entertainment spots. There is a lot of outdoor recreation adventure to be had in the San Fernando Valley, good shopping districts, and there are a number of great reasons why people choose this region to live in. Aside from the affordability. Side note, this isn't in the video, you can find it in others, but the San Fernando Valley is one of your least expensive areas in Los Angeles. So let's jump into the video and get into surprising fact number 1. Okay, first on this list is entertainment. Now, I will be the first to admit, when you think of the San Fernando Valley, you don't necessarily think, oh, it's the entertainment hub of Los Angeles, because, well, frankly, it is not. You're not going to find your huge nightclub scene, your bar scene. You're not going to find the beach because it's nowhere near the beach. It's in the valley. If you're looking for that high-end shopping, not necessarily going to find it in the San Fernando Valley. High-end restaurants, same. There are a few, but not many. Again, this is not the region for that type of entertainment. And we are missing a lot of professional sports here. In fact, we really don't have any professional sports in the San Fernando Valley. The arenas are like Dodger Stadium, Crypto Arena, SoFi Stadium. Those are not part of the San Fernando region and will take you a long ways to get there. Now, I've just went over a bunch of reasons why the San Fernando Valley is not good for entertainment, but we are going to now talk about what type of entertainment you can find here, because there is plenty of it. Now, I will say the entertainment here is a little bit more kid-friendly, a little bit more quieter, a little bit more family-oriented. But if that's what you're looking for, then the San Fernando Valley region provides plenty of entertainment. We'll start off along Ventura Boulevard. That's actually where you're going to find most of your shopping, most of your restaurants along the southern portion of the San Fernando Valley. It is a street that runs about 18 miles east-west throughout and cuts throughout the entire valley. Each neighborhood within the San Fernando Valley along this corridor has its own district, has its own region and shopping areas. And this is where you're going to find some of your art studios, your eclectic shopping, your box stores, your amenities, and pretty much everything you need. But as far as entertainment goes, you do have your movie theaters, shopping, your restaurants, art studios. You do have bars, and you do have a few clubs, not many, but you definitely have a bar scene along Ventura Boulevard. Also right along Ventura Boulevard or close to it, you've got miniature golf, you got batting cages, you have arcades, there's laser tag places, there's virtual reality, bunch of bowling alleys, all of this along that Ventura Boulevard corridor. Now, outside of that, you've got more entertainment zones. You have the Village in Woodland Hills. Now, this is going to be in your western portion of the San Fernando Valley in Woodland Hills. Big new outdoor shopping mall, which is actually kind of adjacent to a big Westfield indoor shopping mall. But this is where you're going to find a little bit more of your upscale high-end entertainment and shopping, where again, you've got great restaurants, great retail outlets, smoothie bars, restaurants, wine bars, pretty much everything you would want to spend the day, and it's outdoors, which is really nice because you can take advantage of the San Fernando weather, is right there in the Village along Topanga Canyon Boulevard in Woodland Hills. You have the Northridge Fashion Mall as well. You've got a lot of indoor shopping malls that provides a lot of entertainment. Now, I know a lot of people think malls are dead, but it is a place to go as far as entertainment goes, because attached to these malls, you have places like bowling alleys, you've got like Dave & Buster's, you've got laser tag places. So they do provide kind of that fun atmosphere. And in the north, you got the Vineyards, where you can find more shopping in Porter Ranch. So there's no shortage of that type of entertainment. Now, for more cultural entertainment, you have the California State University Northridge Theater. It's actually the university that I went to. They've got a great theater department, and they put on some great play productions here. It's very popular. And it's really kind of become part of the community here in the San Fernando Valley. You also have the Getty Museum, which isn't technically in the San Fernando Valley, but it's really just south along the 405 freeway or Sepulveda Boulevard, adjacent to the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful art museum. They've got great events there. You also have the Skirball Museum, which I highly recommend as well. It's got a great museum for Jewish culture and heritage. They also have a really cool Noah's Ark feature, which is incredible for kids. In Silmar, you have the Discovery Cube. Again, this is more kid-oriented, but another museum. It's very kid-friendly. And you have Mission San Fernando, which gives you some great history about the mission era, mission lifestyle here in the San Fernando Valley. And if you're looking for amusement park entertainment, well, we've got that covered too. We've got Universal Studios. Is it as big as popular as Disneyland? Nope. But it is a really cool place if you haven't been. It's really dedicated and geared towards the entertainment atmosphere, and is actually a working studio as well, Universal Studios. You can do cool backlot tours. They've got a great Halloween event, and just in general, they've got roller coasters, theme park. It's like your traditional theme park, but movie themed, movie based or entertainment based. Really cool there. Universal Studios, Universal City, and there they've also got a big city walk, which you'll find more entertainment, movies, bowling, theater, shopping, restaurants, to bars, clubs actually over there. All throughout the valley, you also have family fun zones, trampoline parks, as I mentioned, laser tag and bowling, of course. I know I've mentioned that a lot, but it is a pretty big part of San Fernando Valley. So there are many entertainment spots and things to occupy your time. It's just depending on the type of entertainment you want. So again, a lot of people think you move to the San Fernando Valley, sleepy town, just rows of houses, really nothing to do. That's really not true. It's really... People who are saying that are people who are looking for the club scene, the bar scene. That is true. You're not going to find that in the San Fernando Valley, but there are plenty of other types of entertainment. And that's where I say that if that is something up your alley or that's what you're looking for, definitely consider the San Fernando Valley as part of that. Or if you are moving to the San Fernando Valley and you're kind of worried about that, I wouldn't worry too much because, again, you're going to find plenty of stuff to do. And actually, a lot of my clients have really been surprised on how much they found as far as entertainment goes in the San Fernando Valley. And I personally have been. I'm born and raised on the west side of Los Angeles, spent most of my years there, and moved to the San Fernando Valley 8 years ago or so, and was pleasantly surprised. Just as a reminder, my name is David Fine. I am a licensed real estate agent right here in Los Angeles with the Real Estate Dads. That's my team, and my team loves helping people move to and relocate to Los Angeles. So if you're thinking about making the move, hit us up at that contact information below here on the video or in the description. And if you like what you see on this videos, make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos. So let's get into number 2, and that is outdoor entertainment. I've separated this because I wanted to kind of highlight and point out that there is quite a bit of great outdoor lifestyle here in the San Fernando Valley. Again, it's not something that people necessarily think about, because when you think sunny Southern California or Los Angeles, you think beach. And I don't blame you. Again, I grew up with that. Always went to the beach. It was part of my life for many years. I still love the beach. But you're not going to find that in the San Fernando Valley. However, it doesn't mean there's a shortage of outdoor activities and outdoor lifestyle here. And people that live here really take advantage of the great weather that is in Southern California. We'll start off with one of the more popular activities here in the San Fernando Valley, being outdoors, and that is hiking. Being in the valley, we are surrounded by mountain ranges and hills. So there is no shortage of hiking trails of all types, from beginners to difficult. And you're surrounded by it, so it's really easy to get to, especially if you're living along kind of the borders of the San Fernando Valley. So my family and I love going hiking. And it's something that we found. It took us like 15 minutes to get to some of our favorite trailheads. And it was really easy to do with the family. And then we found some really cool trails that were a little bit more difficult that we can do on our own. Mountain biking is very, very popular as well. But you're going to find hiking all throughout in the Santa Monica Mountains, the Hollywood Hills, San Gabriel Mountains. Pretty much you look at a map and you're surrounded by it. So it's really awesome. And then what's really cool is if you're living in the hills in the San Fernando Valley, a lot of times you can just walk out your door and walk a few blocks and you're right at a trailhead, making access really easy. So if you're into hiking, San Fernando Valley is a great spot for you to take advantage of that. Outside of that, you're going to see lots of people on their bikes. There's lots of bike lanes, bike paths. There's a dedicated one along the Orange Line. The Orange Line is a bus line that runs basically from the valley to downtown LA. But along that line, you have a really cool bike path. And lots of parks here. So people are jogging, running, walking around the parks. Swimming is really big in the San Fernando Valley because it does get hot here. It's one of the hottest regions in Los Angeles. So swimming is a very popular outdoor activity and becomes kind of the part of your lifestyle here. And if you don't have a pool, I highly suggest making friends with your neighbors that have a pool because it is something that is very refreshing during those hot summer months. Sports, while we don't have professional sports teams and not many collegiate teams out here, sports is really big out here. We've got a lot of rec sports at the different parks and rec places here in throughout the valley. You'll see people constantly playing soccer outside, basketball, baseball, tennis, you name it. People are always taking advantage of being outdoors, being active, and having that real active lifestyle. Now, I mentioned parks. You've got really two big parks, one right in the San Fernando Valley. You have Lake Balboa Park, which is right along Lake Balboa, the neighborhood, and Encino. Massive, massive park space. And this is really cool. They got a man-made lake. You can go fishing in there. I don't recommend fishing in there, but you can. They've got these paddle boats shaped as swans, so it's fun to do on a date or with your family. And they've got a little walking path around there. They've got ducks you feed. They've got really cool bird sanctuaries. This park and along the Sepulveda Basin kind of wildlife preserve, where you see the birds kind of fly in and fly out, and you can see them seasonally, and you can see all sorts of birds, including cranes, hawks, and other really cool breeds of birds. So if you're into outdoor bird watching, it's got a great spot for you. But outside of that, the Lake Balboa Park, going back to there, they've got the bike rentals, and I'm trying to blank on what you call them, but basically those family bikes where they got four wheels. Oh my gosh, I forgot what they're called, but you've been on them, I'm sure you've seen them. That's a lot of fun to do, riding around that park there. They got rec centers. They've got a big sports complex for all the sports that you would want or need. Big open space for picnic areas or parties. On the weekends, you will see so many families throwing parties. You've got bounce houses set up. Food trucks show up. So it's a really big draw and a big park in the area. Now, another park I want to mention is Griffith Park. It has a lot of outdoor activities there. Not necessarily part of the San Fernando Valley, but it's right adjacent to it. And there, it's a massive park space, one of the biggest in the country, actually, urban parks. And there you'll find lots of hiking, outdoor space, picnicking, carousel for the kids. You've got a zoo there, which is really cool. Los Angeles Zoo is right there. You've got a train museum. You've got the Griffith Observatory, which is really awesome thing to do. You can hike up to there, and then you can also take advantage of the beautiful night skies there. They have these groups that come there with telescopes and let people, kind of the public, view through their telescopes. Really nice event to be outdoors, and that just kind of goes with your outdoor lifestyle. People love being outdoors in the San Fernando Valley. Oh, going back to mountain ranges and hillsides and hiking, I wanted to mention you have Topanga State Park, which is along Topanga Canyon Boulevard, which you can access right through Woodland Hills, kind of the western portion of the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful hiking trails, beautiful outdoor spaces there. And then you have Chatsworth Nature Preserve, again, along Topanga Canyon Boulevard in Chatsworth, which is just north of Woodland Hills. You also have Verdugo Park, Kegel Canyon on the eastern portions of the San Fernando Valley, off by kind of Burbank, Sylmar area. I just rattled off a bunch of things that you can do outdoors. And just so you know that just because you're moving to the San Fernando Valley, you don't have to give up that outdoor lifestyle that people talk about in Los Angeles. I know people don't necessarily think about the San Fernando Valley in that way, but having lived there and experienced that, my clients are pleasantly surprised about the outdoor activities here. Definitely take advantage. That leads us into topic number 3, and that is traffic. Now, I will say traffic is bad everywhere. Let's just get that out of the way. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I talk about it ad nauseum sometimes, but it's just something that you need to be aware of when moving to Los Angeles, and it takes getting used to. And people who are born and raised and locals sometimes don't get used to it. I myself got used to it, but that's just me. But surprisingly, San Fernando Valley traffic isn't as bad as most of the portions of Los Angeles. Now, I will say, I'll get this out of the way. If you live in the San Fernando Valley, and you need to work outside of the San Fernando Valley into West LA, downtown, South Bay, wherever it is you're going to hit massive amounts of traffic. So getting out of the San Fernando Valley, you're going to hit lots of traffic, or vice versa. If you live elsewhere and you work in the San Fernando Valley, then same thing, massive amounts of traffic. But within the San Fernando Valley itself, you don't have as much traffic because it's not as congested. Now, the reason for that is There is a lot of people living in the San Fernando Valley, and we'll get to that later, but it's not as dense. Yes, there's apartments and there's condos and there's kind of mid-rise buildings, but not nearly as much as you will find in West Los Angeles or downtown or eastern portions of LA. And here you're going to find mostly single family homes, which means there's just less density. Not to say that there isn't traffic, because there is, and you will hit it, especially during the busier times of the day, like the morning and the evening. But it is not nearly as much. I mean, traffic can cause some depression for people. This is no joke. People get angry in their cars or constantly honking. A light turns green. Instantly, you hear a person honking their horn. People just look kind of angry and upset, and for good reason. You can spend an hour going 14 miles sometimes. And so, unless you find ways to deal with traffic, you're going to be spending a good portion of your day and your year sitting in traffic, which makes it hard when you come back home and you've got a significant other or you got your family and they're waiting there and you've just went through an hour of traffic, and the last thing you want to be is greeted by, you just need some space or a breather. So I highly recommend, actually, when you get to your destination, take a few deep breaths before going anywhere, get yourself settled, because that traffic can really wear on you. But being in the San Fernando Valley, I noticed personally, I didn't hit as much traffic, and the streets were easier because it's like a grid-like formation. So it's a square. It's really easy to get to places. And I felt a little bit more at ease, a little bit more relaxed. For me personally, I put on some podcasts, I put on some music. Sometimes I'll meditate. I make phone calls, business calls, personal calls to entertain myself, make the time pass by. So when I do get home and my family is there, excited to see me, hopefully, I'm in a better mood, and we're a little bit more happier. We're a little bit more relaxed. Same with my wife when she's with the kids as well, or when we're taking the kids to their events. It's the same thing. The kids are happier in the car because it doesn't take as long, or they're not sitting in traffic as much as you would in West LA or other parts of Los Angeles. So everyone's happier, given that there's a little bit less traffic in the San Fernando Valley. All right, the fourth surprising fact we're getting to is the Burbank Airport. A lot of people are surprised on how many destinations that you can actually fly to and from Burbank Airport. I use this airport constantly, as much as I can. I opt for Burbank Airport anytime over LAX. Los Angeles International Airport is a beast. It is annoying to deal with. It's a traffic nightmare. They're trying to make it better with mass transportation and commuter buses going in and out. But I mean, let's face it, it's one of the largest international airports you're going to come across. Burbank is a heck of a lot smaller. It's community based, and it's so easy to get in and out of, and I love it. You'll see here, I got an image popped up. You can see where you can fly to. Now, you can't fly all over the country, and you can't fly necessarily internationally everywhere, although you can get to Canada. But you can get to pretty much all your West Coast states and your western portion kind of the Midwest. And you can get over to New York. You can get over to Nashville. You can get over to Austin, Colorado. So you can get to a lot of places. So if you are making those flights, I highly recommend Burbank Airport. Everyone's happier. Security's quicker. Parking is way easier. Picking up people is way easier. Getting picked up is a lot easier. It's just less traffic. Sometimes you find some delays, but it's rare. It's a smaller airport, so you have less options, but it's rare that you come across that. And not only is the airport so much easier to navigate, and by the way, I find everyone just a lot happier at Burbank Airport because they're not standing in lines forever. You don't have to also plan out your trip to the airport as much, because especially if you're living in the San Fernando Valley, getting to Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, is like an hour just to get there, if not more sometimes. And then because it's so busy, you've got to allot your time to either find parking, or you've got to allot your time to get through security, which can also take an hour sometimes. It's just, and then you've got to hoof it to your terminal, which can take a while. All that planning goes into going to LAX, especially when you're living in the San Fernando Valley. But lucky for you, you have Burbank, which is right in the heart of San Fernando Valley on the eastern side. A lot easier to get to. And so you don't have to plan as much. You don't have to give yourself as much time to get to the airport and give as much time bending at the airport before jumping on your flight. So again, a nice little surprise for people that are not aware that there is a really cool airport right here in the San Fernando Valley. Fifth on the list of surprises is how big the San Fernando Valley is. It's enormous, and I'm actually going to pull up a map here. All right, I've got the map pulled up specifically of the San Fernando Valley region. First, I'll just point out Los Angeles is down here in this right section corner. You see LA, that's downtown. Santa Monica is right here by the ocean. Marina Del Rey, Santa Monica. So you just get an idea of where San Fernando Valley is real quick. LAX, LA International Airport down here in the bottom of the screen. I'm circling my mouse around it with the airplane. That's LAX. Let me show you where it is. It's basically, this is a rough outline, but we're right by Topanga Canyon Boulevard on the back end of Santa Monica Mountains, crossing the 405 freeway, going east, past Universal Studios and into this kind of Glendale, Burbank area, all the way up here. That's a rough outline. That's your San Fernando Valley, and it makes up about 250 square miles of Los Angeles, which is about half of the city. And that's surprising in itself because of how big this region is. People don't realize how big the San Fernando Valley is. Now, LA County is even bigger, but we're talking about the city. So 250 square miles, that's the valley. I'll just show you real quick. 405 freeway, which is your north-south freeway that goes into the San Fernando Valley and into West LA down here. This kind of is a dividing line between the western portion of the San Fernando Valley, Northridge, Tarzana, Encino, Reseda, Chatsworth, Canoga Park, Woodland Hills, and then the eastern portion, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Burbank, Sun Valley, North Hollywood, etc. So that's the map. Just wanted to pull that up and show you actually how big of a region it is, just so you can kind of see here. This is a tighter portion of the valley itself. So you can see there's a lot of different regions and neighborhoods within the valley. As I mentioned, you have Canoga Park, Chatsworth, Woodland Hills, Tarzana, Encino, Reseda, Northridge, Granada Hills, and Porter Ranch up here. And it just keeps going on. Sherman Oaks, Studio City, North Hollywood, Lake Balboa, Panorama City, San Fernando. It just keeps going. All of these areas, Burbank. So when you think of the San Fernando Valley, you've got to really kind of narrow down what region you're going to want to live in, because it's just enormous. It's so big. So you've really got to figure out what type of commute you're going to need for your work. If you're going to be commuting to work, if you're going to work from home, even better. Where you want to be as far as how close to the hills for hiking. The hills are all over here, down here, and over here. Great hiking trails, and along here, Mulholland Drive, this area. So great hiking here. Here's Griffith Observatory, Griffith Park, just so you have a better idea. Here's Lake Balboa, as I talked about earlier in the video. Got a crazy map here, right here. Looks like a mess, but you get the idea. San Fernando Valley is big, and it can be surprisingly big if you're not used to it. So for a lot of people that have relocated or thinking about the San Fernando Valley, when I pull up a map with them, they're actually a little bit in shock of, oh, I didn't realize how large of a region this is, and that there are differences between the different neighborhoods and regions within the San Fernando Valley. It really can be its own city. In fact, it was its own entity prior to LA annexing it a long time ago, because it does have I will say, San Fernando Valley does have a different feel from the rest of Los Angeles. I think I mentioned earlier in the video, it has a little bit more laid back, a little bit more suburban lifestyle. If you want more information about the San Fernando Valley lifestyle, check out some of my other videos specifically about the San Fernando Valley, and you'll get a better idea of what it's like to live here. But I wanted to go over these really kind of surprising facts that maybe the locals know and some they don't, because LA is so big, a lot of people don't necessarily venture into the San Fernando Valley. But especially people moving to Los Angeles, it's not usually a region that's really talked about or you hear about. Although, again, on a lot of your entertainment, your movies and your TV shows, plenty of them are filmed in the San Fernando Valley, pretending to be somewhere else. So hit us up at the contact information below. As I mentioned, licensed real estate agent with a great team here that helps people relocate to Los Angeles with your real estate needs. Contact information below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. Hit the like button, comment below. We'd like to hear why you're thinking about moving to the San Fernando Valley. And we'll see you on the next video.